Hi there, I'm Cora. Welcome to my first project vlog, and the first one will be dedicated to the Jenny jacket, aka my cursed project. Throughout this video, I will walk you through all the fails that happened to me during knitting this jacket. Disclaimer, by no means is this the pattern's fault. It was basically my own brain messing with me the whole time. So let's get into it. I had this project in mind for quite some time since I started knitting in November 2023. I really liked the vibe and the structure that the jacket has, but I was waiting to be, let's say, more skilled with knitting to get into this one, and I decided in December that I think I'm ready. Yeah, I was just thinking that. But I started this, I think, December 26th or something like this. I had a clear vision in my head that I want to have a Christmas knit for next year. I was imagining like a cute cropped green, Christmas green cardigan paired with deep red pleated skirt, and I imagined it as my go-to outfit for next Christmas. And my brain thought that, well, let's knit the Jenny jacket, let's just do a cropped version and it will be what we imagined. Let me tell you, it is not, because jacket is a jacket, duh. However, I didn't realize there's a difference between jacket and a cardigan. I was thinking, you know, it's just button-up garment. You can call it whatever. It's always cardigan, right? No, it's not. And yeah, I think it's one of the rookie mistakes that I made during this project. But yeah, it's a different type of garment, definitely not suitable for my imagination. However, I somehow convinced myself that it will work out somehow, right? First, I started with the size medium, which then I realized was too big, even before blocking. So I frogged the whole thing. I was like halfway through the body, never mind. So I frogged it and started all over, knitting the size small in the end. There's a few versions of the Jenny jacket, so I picked up the bottom-up version without v-neck, and it was first time for me knitting bottom-up. And only way later I figured I actually messed up the yarn choice. The pattern suggests Sandnes Garn Sunday held double together with one strand of Thin Silk Mohair. So I was thinking, I will go for double Sunday, so I will be just holding 2 strands of yarn, and somehow during the process I completely ignored the fact that I actually didn't order double Sunday but Pergint. And let me tell you, until this point I was kind of winging the yarn choice or just using the suggested yarns in patterns, and wasn't really thinking about like different yarn weights, even though I've like heard many information about it when I started knitting, but I thought, whatever. No, whatever. You need to know what weight you are using. So in the end, what I was knitting with is knitting for Olive soft silk mohair, pairing with Per Gynt from Sandnes Garn. I think the mistake happened because I was looking for the perfect shade of green, the Christmas green that I had in my mind, and I just couldn't find it. And then I noticed this Per Gynt in forest green, which for me it was still, let's say, a little too warm for the Christmas green that I had in my head. So I paired it with Knitting for Olive, thin silk mohair, and I think this is the petroleum green. And I was just ignoring the fact that I was thinking I'm ordering double Sunday and getting Per Gynt instead. I ordered the quantity for the medium size, which was my first choice before switching to the small size. I realized too late in the project I was like already done with the body and was joining the sleeves with the body for the yoke. Because I ran out of this yarn, and I was thinking, how is this possible when I'm knitting a size smaller than initially planned? How it's possible that I lost the yarn chicken so bad? Turns out the yarn weight plays a huge role. And especially in this project that already with the Sunday held double and thin silk mohair is heavy. And what did I do with Per Gynt? This has, I think, about 27 meters less in 50 grams than the double Sunday, which I thought I was getting. So yeah, I had to order 3 more balls of this, ending up using nearly 15 balls. This is the rest. This is the leftover. And for soft silk mohair, I used 6 balls of yarn, but I was so deep down into the project that and after like frogging it 3 or 4 times before, I couldn't make myself frog it again and ordering new yarn and starting all over. So I just kept going and finished it like this. What I guess I didn't mention, it's knitted on 4mm and 3.5mm needles. I opted for twisted rib on the cuffs and on the bottom. I didn't really bother with it on the collar and the button band. The difference in the look is not that huge that it would bother me. I also, since I wanted to have it cropped, I did less pattern repeats on the body, and it still ended up way longer than anticipated, even though I met the gauge. No idea what went wrong, but due to this I ended up with 1 button less than the pattern says, because I had less stitches around the button band. And now let's jump into the vlog part when I walk you through the process actually knitting this. I just finished the ribbing and I realized that I've knitted the whole thing in a larger needle size, in 4mm instead of 3.5. And I remember thinking to myself, you're starting with the ribbing, just pull out the smaller needles first. But for some reason I did the opposite and realized after the whole thing was done, I made a poll on Instagram because I'm seriously thinking to frog it and start over. It it won't be that painful because it's just the ribbing so far. And the poll results were quite clear. So let's go frogging. The Johnny jacket is testing my patience. It's a few weeks later and I'm about to frog it for the 4th time. It's definitely not the pattern's fault, but yeah, it's given me a hard time, let's say. I finished the body yesterday. The last clip you've seen was me frogging it for the first time because I used the larger needle for the rib. And the second time I probably didn't film was I was practically like halfway through the body. I've tried it on, kind of, as much as you can try on a bottom-up garment. And it was too big. And I want a more fitted fit. So I decided after all this work that I will frog it. So I frogged it for the second time. I still think it might be a little too big for what I was imagining, but I couldn't frog the whole body for the third time. So we'll see how that ends. Anyways, when I finished the body yesterday, I started the first sleeve, and yeah, through the whole project I'm opting for a twisted rib, because I just prefer the looks of it instead of the classical 1x1 rib. And I started off with the cuff, and I'm just twisting one stitch, I'm not twisting both, right? And I realized after I've been like good 15 centimeters in the sleeve that I'm actually that I've twisted the wrong stitch, and the prettier side of the twisted rib is on the inside. So that was the third time I frogged in this project, and now I'm about to frog for the 4th time. So what happened this time? Actually, I'm blaming it on the cold that I'm having right now, that it's kind of fogging my mind or something. Because for some reason I made the cuff shorter by I think like 2 centimeters, and I'm not really liking how it looks. I will have to unravel a few rows again, and hopefully this is the last time I'm unraveling anything in this project. I joined the sleeves and the body yesterday, and let me tell you, managing over 400 stitches in such a chunky sweater, it's a chore. I'm really looking forward for the decreases, although the knit 3 together is not really for me. It's really annoying, so I'm doing it with like this needle hook instead, or for continental knitters. Also, what I've tried and what was working better for me was switching to English, just throwing the yarn over the needle and just holding it really tight while slipping it through all of the 3 stitches. Another thing I want to mention, I'm not sure if you will see it in this light, I heard Hip Knit Hooray or Rebecca talking about this in her latest podcast, that when you're knitting the sleeves in the round, this is how it looks like at the stitch marker or at the beginning of the round. What she did was she added some smog stitches across the whole sleeve. I was also knitting this, I was also thinking the same, that it might be maybe worth it to like add some smogs here and there. But I decided I will just leave it like this for now, and we'll see how it comes up while wearing it. If it will bother me, I will probably put the smogs there afterwards. But for now I'm leaving it like this. This is just so heavy already, and I had so much to go. Anyways, let's keep on knitting. It's middle of February. I finished the yoke finally. This is how it's looking. The only thing that's left are the button band and collar, and I'm really liking it. It's not the fit that I imagined, but as I probably already mentioned, I didn't pick the right pattern. But still, I really like how it looks. Even though I shorten it by 2 repeats, because the pattern said repeat 4 times or something like this, and I only did 2 repeats. So I'm not really sure if I continued, it would be underneath my bum, and it would be more of like a dress. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I really like the length right now. And right now, as I'm trying it on, I'm even thinking maybe I won't be blocking it, because I really like how it fits right now. We'll see how it looks with the button band and the collar. And I know it will grow with wear, because it's pretty heavy. But maybe I could wear it like this. We'll see. And voila, this is the finished project. Ignoring all the fails that I've made throughout this project, I really like how it ended up, even though it won't be my next Christmas outfit. I still like how it looks, and I think I will get some wear out of this during colder weather or the transitional spring and autumn weather. I really like the color. I think it suits me. As mentioned in the last vlog clip, I was thinking about not blocking it at all. In the end, I decided I will just steam it, mainly for the bottom rib and button band to stretch out. However, my steamer decided there was not enough veils in this project, so it broke down and I'm not able to steam it right now. So I need to order a new one, and then I will be able to steam it. But still, I think it still looks good, even not blocked. What are my final thoughts about this project, or rather the pattern? When I read it, it happens every time. When I read a pattern, I'm completely confused, and I think like I will never be able to make it. However, throughout your knitting process, when you are following the instructions, it's suddenly all clear. So I have to say the pattern is very well written. It was my first bottom-up project. I didn't have any concerns or questions during the making. So I would give it, let's say, 10 out of 10. Even though I was kind of fed up with this and I just wanted to get it out of my way as soon as possible. But again, it's not the pattern's fault, it's all my own rookie mistakes. If I put aside all the fails during this project, I enjoyed it. I would say in the end. The pattern is very easy. It's just a 2x2 rib where you then kind of tuck together 6 stitches. It's creating this beautiful effect, and I really like the look of it. So I would definitely recommend, not for beginners. Once you've picked up the basic knitting skills, let's say, I think you would be able to pull it up. Maybe one extra note for the sleeves. This was something, again, I mentioned in the vlog clips. Yeah, I was thinking if I will be maybe adding some smocks later, but yeah, I absolutely don't mind how it looks. It doesn't bother me in any way. You mostly can't even see how it looks under the arms, so not adding any smocks there. So yeah, we've made it. I made it to the end of this project, and you've made it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, on Ravelry, and if you haven't seen my other plans for 2025, go watch it now. Bye!